So it's been about 2 months since I did my last video, and I have been pretty busy since then. Now we're in the summertime, and with the World Cup, I've been really busy, but I also really have been wanting to make a video. I've bought a couple more boxes. I figured out the video quality problems that I've been having the past two videos, and I even added a couple of nice little memento pieces from I believe the first one, which is where I showed that I got a signed Kyle Stowers baseball and the replica championship ring that I think you can see a little better now. Um, I'm not even gonna press anything because right now for me this is the best that the video quality is gonna get. I do have another signed item that I'm currently getting framed. But yeah, I really wanted to get a video out. It's been a while. Since then, I've gotten this pretty cool Naruto jersey from when we played the Mets. We beat them 2-1. I remember Yuri was pitching, and they got 2 runs in the first 5 innings. The Mets only got 1 run, and the rest of the game wasn't really so productive. My point that I wanted to get into was opening this Series 2 box now that they're released. I think in my first video I had the Series 1, and this was more of a recent thing, for me at least. And, I don't want to waste any time. I've been wanting to open a box. It's just been kind of sitting there. And I always say that I'm always going to want to record me opening one of these. I just do this for the love of the game. Don't get me wrong. So I'm just gonna open this pack and hopefully, maybe we'll get a little lucky. In terms of me being lucky, I can't say I've had the best, but also haven't had the worst. And in terms of luck, I did get a pretty cool pull from one of my older packs. I do these little reel videos or shorts where I open these vintage card packs, and I pulled this Nolan Ryan, which from what I see is a pretty decent chaser card, and it was just a pretty cool find along my way. But what I really want to get lucky in are these Topps series boxes. Now I have a super box that I'm going to be opening next video, but I just wanted to at least dive into something with a little more simple. So let me clear the space a little, and then we're going to see what's inside this bad boy. We have 6 packs in this bad boy. Oh, we're going to be here for a while. I'm just kidding. I'm going to not speed run my way through it, but I kind of do need to sleep. I'm going to be working for what I assume will be at least the next 12 hours, and I am probably 8 or 9 days into working 12-hour days. So as much as I really want to take my time with these, I need to sleep. And starting off, we have this Colson Montgomery rookie card. Oh, that actually looks pretty cool. It has a little reflectiveness to it. Andre Granillo from the Washington Nats. Another little rainbow reflective card. Today, I'm not really going to go through any stats. I'm not really going to sit here and do the finer details. I think in the last video, that's what I did, where I kind of just sat down. I kind of off camera, pulled up the Real app and actually kind of looked through a couple things. Right now, I'm here for the cards. And we have a Seattle Mariners team card, Dirty Dynamos. Now, these I do like. These kinds of cards I do like. I have a separate page for them in my binder, and any team card I end up keeping on the side, so then I can fill out a page in my binder for that team. Paul Goldschmidt, here we have Robleski, Wagaman. Look at that. So, Eric Wagaman. What I find funny is that he's a former Marlin, and pretty funny that now in the Series 2 they've updated it so he's on the Twins. That's a pretty funny find for a first pack. Now, I don't know any chaser cards. Again, I'm a huge fan of the collecting aspect of it. I like filling up my binder. I don't plan on flipping or selling, maybe grading some of these packs, but for the most part, I don't plan on selling any of these. These are all for my own personal collection. So what I'm going to do, since I find now that these cooler cards are on the other side, I'm going to kind of just do this upside down in some sense, so we can see what we got here, and then I guess the surprise will be at the bottom. So Luis Severino, Miami Marlins. I'm putting this in the binder, and okay, so I see when I hold it like this, you see you get the reflection of my light up there. So I'm glad I finally found an angle to make this work. I'm just gonna tuck this right up here. Tampa Bay Rays, another team card. I believe it's called the Coastal Series. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna make a little note of it at the bottom there. I know when the Yankees play the Mets, it's the Subway Series. I believe we are the Coastal Series. So I think it's pretty interesting that in this one pack we have both the Miami Marlins and the Tampa Bay Rays team cards. So that's pretty funny, considering, if you haven't found out by now, I'm somewhat of a Marlins fan. So we have Alex Thomas, outfielder, and we have Dylan Beavers, Baltimore, and glove work, Jim Edmonds. What? That looks kind of hard. That goes hard. You can't lie. That goes hard. That is pretty cool. Jim was an acrobat disguised as a center fielder. Wow. He topped NL center fielders in assists on 3 occasions, including a career high 12 in 2001. 2001? Man, it's old. Let me kind of organize this, and then we're going to get into the next pack. I have this separated into 3 sections. My favorite cards that may not be worth much or anything at all, but they're just my favorite cards. These are going to be the extras. And then those last 2 bottom cards, I'm going to make a separate pile for. And then I will just, see if there's any price charting value on them. I'm still trying to find a structure on how to do these videos. This is only my 3rd one. I've kind of figured out these shorts or reels. But for these long form videos, it's still like, it's fun. But I'm gonna be honest, there's no real structure. So I didn't look to see what was underneath there. I'm just gonna pull the pack out. Yandy Diaz, Tampa Bay, Denzel Clark. Let's see. What if I just kind of turn like this and open this with you? Does that work? Do you think that's a little cooler if I just kind of turn it at an angle? Because it always looks like you're just kind of watching me from that angle. But I feel like if I kind of do it like this, where we have Graham Pauley, Marlins, that's going in the favorite pile. Now, there was that Yandy Diaz. You know what? Look at that. Praise be. I'm throwing him in the favorite pile too. Here we have an Atlanta Braves team card. I'm sure I already have a Braves team card. But again, this is the more updated Series 2 2026. So I'm always going to put the newest one in those slots. I haven't even flipped it yet, but I see Bo Bichette. There he is. That's orange. That is orange for the Mets, because they have orange on their team, if you couldn't tell. Look at that. Okay, that looks kind of cool when I kind of have it against the light like that. And then followed by Alex Freeland, Titans of the Game. Look at that. Nothing too special. I went to Dick's Sporting Goods to get all of these, and the one by me usually doesn't have a stock of anything. So when I saw this box, and I'm probably going to go today again before I go into work, I'm probably going to buy another super box. They're only like $40 for a super box. And I think these smaller ones were like, what, 35, 20 or something. So we have some Dodgers players. Let me see. We got the Houston Astros. Brandon Woodruff from the Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee Brewers has to also be another one of my favorite teams. Let's see, what do we got down here? All-Star Shohei Ohtani. I have never pulled an Ohtani card. This is my first Ohtani pull ever in my career of doing this kind of pack pulling. I say career like it's a job. It's not going to pay me. That's pretty crazy. Wow. Years of baseball, Shohei Ohtani. Look at that. 2025 NL leaders. And then it shows all the NL leaders. That's how I know I fixed the video. You can see it right there. You can actually kind of read it. I fixed the video. So, let's see if maybe our luck streak can continue. And again, I'm not looking at the bottom of them. Don't worry about it. We're gonna experience this together. All right, J.P. Crawford, Seattle Mariners. Again, Mariners had such a great season last year. I like how he's pretty much kind of jumping in the air. That's pretty cool timing for a photo. I'm gonna add that one to my favorite one. Sandy card. He's been doing pretty good. Granted, a lot of the issues that the Marlins are currently facing are from injuries. We've been rotating a lot of our relief pitchers as starters, but it's been going pretty good for them. I think they're currently, at the time of this video, on an 8-win game streak, having already done a 6-win game streak, and now we're in the top 500. So just kind of skimming through these bad boys here. Let's go to the bottom. And already, top of the division, Atlanta Braves. We have Ronald Acuna. That's how you say, Junior. Here we go. Look at that. He's taking He's taking it with him. I love that. I love that card. I love that card. You know, just from principle alone, it's going with the Shohei card. I know it's maybe not be as valuable, but look at this. He's taking the plate. That's insane. And we have a Noah McLean, Titans of the game, Mets card. Now you know me how I feel about the Mets. I've matured. Okay, I'm not gonna throw the card. I'm just gonna put it in the mature pile with all these little pull cards that I've had. I've grown, okay? So now we're on our last pack. Less rub it on the Marlins logo a little. Less it a little, please. On the Naruto, oh, it's reversed. Shippuden logo, just bless that a little, please. And let's see what we got. So we're just gonna kind of skim through these. Toronto Blue Jays. Oof. LA Dodgers, Risen Suns, Japanese Stars. Look at that. So that's pretty cool. I'm adding that to my favorite pile. Skim through these bad boys. No more Marlins. But these two are flipped upside down. So we have a Marcell Ozuna. Purple Refractor. That's pretty cool. Ozuna is one of my favorite artists to listen to. Got a little Pirates card here. I like that. And leading off into this next one, you already know. Juan Soto. The betrayer of the Yankees. And we have another little orange card here. So I'm just going to put that in that same pile. And Carson Williams, Tampa Bay Rays. You know, more recently I was hoping I can find some Yankees cards. I'm not complaining whatsoever. I'm pretty content with these pulls that we've gotten today. This one definitely looks kind of cool, not just because it's like a pinkish purple, but just look at that. There's so much detail going on to it. Two of my most favorite and probably biggest actual pulls. Well, definitely the Shohei card, I guess, right? Any Shohei card. And the Ronald Acuna Jr., just because I like it. 73 stolen bases, which makes sense, which is why he's stealing a base. So again, really happy to have done this video. It's gonna take me a little while to edit, and honestly, it might not even be out today because I need to drink a whole thing of water, take a nap, get ready for work, and go buy another super box because I'm gonna do a super box next video, and then another super box the following one. And hopefully by then I may be able to attend a Marlins game. I want to hopefully have a different jersey on for every video. So far, I've had the Black Marlins jersey. I've done the Flanagan's Fest. I now have the Naruto, and I think I have one more. So I definitely have to get to work on 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 going to more games. But just thank you all for watching. I hope you had as much fun as I did watching me pull these cards. I'm going to definitely individually go through these, see if there's any worth. Not that I'm going to sell it, just to like to know that there's any worth. Sleeve them and put them away in my own little personal collection. So, yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.